is I want you to make a huge noise till he sits down on this couch. It's the one and only, it's Mr. David Tennant. David.
Hi, everyone. Hello. How are we? I was going to have a friend of mine come out and run the session, wasn't I? Not that you're not a friend of mine, although we don't go way back.
Well, yes. I mean, we're from the same place.
Exactly. Whereabouts are you from?
Glasgow.
Ah, well, it's near me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's fairly near.
Close, very close. But any minute, we've also got someone else going to come out and do a bit of...
Yes.
But they're late.
Well, a special secret guest. Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself. Guys, it's Catherine Tate.
Hello.
Here we are. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I just have to start by saying I didn't know you were going to be here. I'm joking. Hello, what about this, eh?
Oh, it's quite a comfy sofa you get in Dallas.
I know, right, all right, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be moderating this panel, but because I don't know much about Doctor Who, none of the questions are going to be allowed to be about that.
Well, there's all these people, they know what they're talking about.
They do.
They can tell you stuff.
Yes, no, you can all absolutely educate me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, you know what we should do first of all? Oh, I like this. Find out. It's a bit like having our own chat show.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit like being like Graham Norton, but I can run around. We just want to find out who's come from the furthest.
Oh, yeah.
And it better not have been us. Who's come from the furthest? Start the bidding. Cleveland, Ohio. Any further than Cleveland, Ohio? Hold on.
Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, Canada.
I know it's in Canada.
Barcelona.
Barcelona's, that's probably winning so far.
Any takers of Barcelona?
Australia.
Australia!
Oh. Is that further than Barcelona?
What? Oh, what you mean because they go that way?
Yes, we're not in London now, love.
Oh my God. Australia, suck it, Australia. Barcelona's beat you.
Someone needs to be sitting here with Google Maps fact-checking this.
It's like the Eurovision all over again.
I feel like we're plunging into a segment without the necessary tools.
Yes, we are. We've not fact. Well, I think we're going to have to give it to Barcelona.
Barcelona!
Barcelona!
We might not be right.
Barcelona! So that's good, ain't it? That wastes a few minutes, so we ain't got to talk about Doctor Who. But look, Natalia from Barcelona, has cosplayed me and done the arm. My arm is too long.
Yeah.
These were good scenes, though, weren't they?
Great
We
fun.
loved these scenes.
Yeah.
You dragging your big old fist
And
around.
and you could do it. You could move them, so they were little sort of what are they called? Like pistons inside that you yanked at.
Mine did, and they spent that all on yours.
Oh yeah, I got the hand.
Yeah, you got the hand that moved.
Yeah.
I got the hand that dragged. But it was actually so. Do you remember? It was so heavy. The actual one. Out of shot, there was two people holding it up, wasn't there? I'd go, my arms are too long, and then two people had to hold it up into frame.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That's behind the scenes little insights, isn't
little
it?
Behind the scenes, little insight. Anyway, it's lovely to see you. This is how we should greet people at cons. Hello. Hello. That's how I hug people now.
It's a solution if we have another pandemic, isn't it?
Oh, it's everything.
We can keep going. We just have
you have to be at an
arms.
arm's distance. Do you remember that? You
Yeah.
have to be at an arm's distance. Gracias. So, I would say in answer to that question, those scenes were pretty great.
They were really good. Yeah.
We had props, we had teeth and limbs.
Yes. One of my favourites from that run, although I didn't realise quite how significant it was at the time, was the final scene we did with Bernard.
Oh, I know.
Because we thought we were going to get Bernard Cribbins, who played Wilf, who we were so thrilled, yes. who we had hoped was going to be in those
Yeah.
episodes more. And we only in the end got one scene with him, but it means an awful lot that we did.
Yes.
That he was there represented at all. But there was a lot of other scenes we unfortunately didn't get to film.
Yeah.
But I will always be very grateful that he was in that one.
Wonderful. And also, Russell's so brilliant that we kind of finished his story. We completed it as the family that
Yeah.
Wilf was off shooting moles.
Yeah.
And so he was there. You know what I mean? He
absolutely.
was there.
Yeah.
Next wizard, I'm going to say.
Yes.
Are you a
Close.
wizard?
No.
No. What
I'm just
are
a
you?
child who got lost on Halloween.
You're a child who got lost on Halloween.
Oh, I love that. That's good.
Wow.
That's good.
Thank you. Name's of Star, and my question is for really both of you. What is your favorite monster in the entirety of the Doctor Who series?
Well, you better take this one.
Oh.
No, I actually know mine.
Do you?
I do. And you know why? Because I pay attention, David.
Do you?
Yeah.
Since when?
I pay attention.
When did this start?
It was about 10 years ago. No. It astonishes even me that I know this.
Yeah.
It's the Vashta-Narada.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember there was a line in it that I just thought encapsulated everything about something that could scare you and keep you up at night, but being so brilliantly minimalist at the same time. And that is, it's not every shadow, it's any shadow.
Oh, yes, that is good.
Do you see?
That is good. Yes.
Brilliant, because you can never rest. And I think that's brilliant, the Vashta-Narada.
Yeah, very good. Mine always were the Zygons, which was one from, that's old school.
Oh,
we're
okay.
Talking,
I was going to say, I don't remember.
When I was a kid, the Zygons, I loved them because they were very particular designs, sort of big cone-headed things with suckers all the way down them.
Oh.
And I always hoped they'd return.
Yes.
And they didn't. And then when I came back for the 50th anniversary special, they did. They were in, obviously you know this, they were in Day of the Doctor, that one that I did with Matt and John Hurt. Thank you. And then when you see them up close, you think, oh, they're a bit silly, really, aren't they?
Oh, really? What, those suckers on the head?
They're big orange men with suckers on the head. But I still have quite a fond spot for them. They can turn into anybody as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So they turned into Queen Elizabeth.
Shape-shifters.
Look at you.
If you will.
Look at all the terminology these days.
Thank you.
Which is yours favourite?
Yes.
My favorite? The potato heads. If you know what
The
potato
Sontarans.
heads. The Sontarans.
Yes.
Oh, what's it? The potato heads.
Yeah.
Potato heads.
Interesting little fact. The Sontarans, I didn't know until we were a good about week and a half into filming. Do you remember? I
remember. Oh, I remember this.
I didn't know that there were people in them. I didn't know. And then they literally went one day, okay, that's lunch. And they opened and someone popped up and I nearly died. I didn't know.
It's the level of budget they would have had to have for animatronics to have 10 little creatures walking about and doing scenes with people.
Yeah, but what were they like, the Flintstones with their cars? Were they going like this in their little things? What were they doing? Because I thought they were running on electricity, but I don't know that they were.
They were just shorter gentlemen.
Yeah, but they were moving like in cars, weren't they? No?
No!
Oh, do you know what? I maybe thought they were on wheels then.
Maybe
That's
you did.
what I thought.
No, they were just people in suits. It was very straightforward.
See, in my head, but I'm very method, David.
Oh, is that what it is?
In my head, the Sontarans sort of like moved, not human-like. Hovered.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a shock to me when there were people in there.
I remember.
And a great insult to the people in there, in fact. And I apologise. Hello.
Hi.
Are you the doctor?
Yes, I am.
I thought so. I tell you, I'm really learning.
My name is Indigo. I was wondering, do you actually hate pears?
Oh!
Pears of what?
The fruit. The fruit.
Oh, the fruit.
This is because in one of my episodes, the doctor said I hate pears.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't hate pears, although I don't have a great reaction to pears. Pears give me a slightly unpleasant tummy. That's more information than anyone needs.
Really, no one asked for that, did
Nobody.
they?
Well, Indigo did.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he didn't know that we were going to
He
get...
didn't know it was going to go there, but
We
he
didn't
asked
know
the
we were
question.
going to go into your bowels.
He had to accept all the possible answers when he asked the question. There was, he didn't put limits on the answers I was allowed to give.
No, but to be fair, you can put them on yourself.
I could. But I just feel like I want to share.
Is it that they're sort of... This is the thing I find about pears. If they're ripe,
Yes.
it astonishes me that they're juicy, yet dry to the taste.
Yes.
They're like
The
dry.
texture is
yes,
like, yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
because they're mushy, but
Yeah.
it like absorbs, and you're not left refreshed, David.
I know.
You're not left. Well, you're left on the toilet, but
I'm left. I'm left with the squitters. It's true. I think it's the skin. If I don't have the skin of a pear,
it's quite a lot of roughage, ain't it?
it's a sandpapery consistency.
It is
isn't it?
quite.
Especially when it comes out the other end. Sorry, that is too far.
I'm really gonna have to impose.
That is too much. I'm
It's too
sorry,
much.
Indigo. I'm sorry.
After your respective roles were finished, especially with David's 50th anniversary in Doctor Who, after all that time, what was the feeling you had when you were given the call to return to Doctor Who, but also returning together?
I remember getting offered something for like the following year. And I remember him saying it wouldn't happen until it was, because this was like about 2 years, at least 2 or 3 years before we came back. And I remember getting an offer for something the following year. And I thought, I'll just ask Russell. And I just said, listen, I'm sure it's gone away and I'm sure it won't happen, but I'm just checking. I'm not going to be free next summer, just in case anything was happening. And I'd obviously rather do Doctor Who. And he literally went, don't do it. Don't do it. It's happening.
Right.
And then it was just like, oh, right.
But then the bit that we didn't understand was that not only was Russell going to engineer this one-off story, no, he was coming back. He was taking over.
Yes.
It was the whole thing. And it was, come back and do like a series of stories.
Yes.
So the whole thing kind of ran away.
Sort of, yes, it's just sort of mushroomed, I think, didn't it?
So there wasn't, so I suppose to answer your question, there wasn't a moment when out of the blue we got a phone call saying...
it was like a slow burn,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was just like, oh my God, could we do this? Will we do this?
Yeah.
And then suddenly we were. It was...
And it went from a kind of, oh,
amazing.
that would be nice, to kind of going, oh, you know, it will be nice.
It
to then
will
it sort
be
of
nice.
slowly coalesced.
Yeah.
And then it just felt like we'd never been away, didn't it?
It was surprisingly
Weird.
familiar and
Yeah.
amazing. That 15, and I was even shocked to know how long it was. Whether
I
it was
know.
12 years ago or before.
Because
I couldn't
I'm
believe
only
it.
28 years old. I've packed a lot in.
And my father. So how I'm here, I've no idea. Yeah, it was it was still amazing though. When the sort of the penny finally dropped.
Yeah.
When we got those scripts.
Oh, it was so exciting.
When we got the scripts through, I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And that you got your ending.
Oh, yeah.
That ending.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
remember calling and going, because I think I wanted something like spectacular and extraordinary, and that, you know, that something. And I texted him and went, or spoke to him, and I went, it ends with us eating apple crumble in a garden. That's a spoiler if anyone's not seen it.
Oh.
Sorry. But it was the right one, wasn't
Yeah.
it? It was the
It was lovely.
absolute right ending.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I want to know how you feel and how does it make you feel when you see how obsessed we, the fans, are. About you in particular. Like, I've seen I cried. Like, we've just been crying after seeing you and freaking out. How do you feel after that? How does it shake you to your core? What?
Coming to events like this is never-endingly lovely, because, and again, this does go back to me watching Doctor Who as a kid and being mildly obsessed. I get it. I absolutely get it. So I know why it's exciting to be.
You've cried?
Listen, I queued up to meet Tom Baker when I was 10. I remember feeling impossibly giddy about the whole thing. So it was, I've been there. I get it, and it's so lovely. And these are such lovely environments. These feel like inclusive, safe, wonderful places to be, and what a wonderful enthusiasm to have, you know.
And also, if I could just say, genuinely, you couldn't meet nicer people than at a con. You just couldn't. You are all, y'all are fantastic. I mean, really. Genuinely, as you say, it just exudes from people. It is a kind place, and that's really important.
Yeah.
You're kind to each other.
Yes.
And that's wonderful. Dallas!
Thank you so much!
Thank you so much!